Sport is at the heart of all of our communities across Greater Manchester. It's the thing that binds them together. It's the identity that it brings to our communities. So for me, it's about really nurturing that infrastructure, never taking it for granted, and allowing it to do what it does best, which is turn young lives around. A few years ago, we took a different approach with relation to violence reduction. We decided we wanted a community-led approach, truly building from the bottom up. And what we want to do in the next 10 years is take that approach even further. It's about building the full pathway now.
For StreetGames, Greater Manchester is an important area. It's an area where there are lots of low-income communities, where there are lots of young people at risk of not being active. And the work that we do with the Violence Reduction Unit is crucial, because for many of these young people, they do have additional vulnerabilities that being involved in sport and being involved in volunteering and being around trusted adults who can mentor them can make a significant difference to them.
So investing in the community sports sector has seen the Violence Reduction Unit really engage with grassroots organisations in a way that perhaps wasn't being done before. Sport is far more than diversion, it's far more than a healthy activity just to keep restless kids engaged. It's a destination for them to be safe, to be included, and to feel optimistic and to identify that they can do something good.
Having worked in the youth justice sector now for over 20 years, I've really seen that the power of sport in relation to individual young people, how it can build confidence, how it can build a kind of development of social skills and feel sort of inclusion in communities as well. And the power of that can be absolutely huge in terms of helping young people move away from crime and violence.
For StreetGames, working with organisations like the Violence Reduction Unit is so important to our mission. So of course we're absolutely focused on the needs of young people living in local communities, but it's those organisations like the Violence Reduction Unit that have resources, that have the ability to make change for the community organisations we support. It's the reason why we invest so much time and energy in making sure that they understand the power of doorstep sport and what's happening in local communities, and we understand what's important to them and how their outcomes can be delivered through community sport.
The measurable outcomes that we've seen has really illustrated the impact that sport is having with these children and young people. We are absolutely seeing progress in the 3 visions that we set out, which is achieving more sport in more places. We're seeing more vulnerable young people successfully referred into sport through formal pathways where information sharing is in place and where outputs and outcomes are really being fed back into the system. We're seeing better workforce with better competencies, and that is being supported with insight and research from our academic partners, which is guiding that development work moving forward. And one of the key parts of that is to audit the sector in place, and then we work out a strategic plan that we then deliver on through the resource that we collectively build from partners, both from SAFER, stakeholders and sport.
Putting in place those structures, mechanisms, processes, leadership, building the evidence base for building trust in the community sports sector so that young people can have a better chance at staying out of serious youth violence.
So what does community sport need to do next? I think the key to it is collaboration. The sector is diverse, it's vast, it's huge, and I think the more we work together and have a more joined up way of working, a more joined up narrative, we can really evidence the impact that we're having with children and young people, and that really allows us to advocate for the role of the sector with system partners, which is really important for the future of this work.
If Greater Manchester can create a situation where the funding comes into those community networks, that's what we've got to aim towards. And I think Greater Manchester's hit a point on our road, on our journey, when we have the chance to do it, working with all of our partners in communities and in community sport. And as Mayor, I'm ready to give this a real go. Because in my view, every single life is capable of being turned around. Every single person is capable of recovery and moving forward. And that's the belief that we have here. Our plea to the government is, just let us give it a real go.